everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's doing really good and this is so good. I've been saying for so long now that I'm going to start this YouTube channel and I've put it off for ages because I find it so unnatural talking at the camera like this, but I do hope to get better in time, so please bear with us. I'm going to start today with a little question and answer that is from my Instagram. So if you don't follow me from Instagram, I'm Emma Gilligan. I'm 28 and I'm an assistant buyer / personal trainer from Newcastle. So I have the questions here on my phone, so I'm just going to keep going and referring back to them, and I'll get through as many as I possibly can today, but I do plan on doing a lot more videos on a lot of topics that people have asked about a bit more in depth. So please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, especially just starting out. And yeah, there'll be lots more to come. I plan to post weekly with fitness, food, nutrition, hair, skin, all these sorts of things I'm going to post videos on. And if there's anything that you would like to see from me, please just pop them in the comments or drop me a message on Instagram. So, first question, what made you start fitness? I've always been really sporty. I was like house captain of my year group at school. I played hockey and I was the captain of the hockey team actually. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I've always been pretty sporty and I would just go to the gym and do loads of cardio, and then about 7 years ago now, my best friend asked if I wanted to get a personal trainer with her, you know, split the cost and do it together, and we both started weightlifting from there, and just fell in love with it really, and we're both personal trainers now, so yeah, that worked out pretty well. So skincare routine, anything in particular that you would recommend? I will do a more in-depth video on this, but my skincare is pretty simple. I just use an early defence cream by an anti-aging early defence cream by No. 7 from Boots. I have the day and night cream. I also really randomly use aloe vera, like the actual plant. Like I say, I'll go into this a bit more in depth on another video, but I buy the plant off Amazon and I cut the plant like a sort of little bit off the stem, and I open it up and rub the juices on my skin, on my face. It's got a lot of really great properties and it's natural obviously because it's a plant. So yeah, I'll do a bit more in-depth video about my full skincare routine, but I do look after it and moisturise regularly. I have like microfiber face cloths to wash it so they're soft on your skin. I try not to use makeup wipes because I know they're bad, but yeah, you've got to look after your skin. Next one, how old are you? So I've said I'm 28, on the wrong side of my 20s now, 30 next year, so. Who did you do your PT qualification with, and would I recommend them? Definitely would recommend them. I did mine with NESM Premier Global about 18 months ago now. I did the part-time course, so I did it alongside my full-time job, which is how I'm still working now, so it works really well. So yeah, I did it in 3 months? Yeah, 3 or 6 months. No, 6 months. It was 6 months part-time, and all the seminars were online, which was great. And if you couldn't attend one, like if I was at work for example and it was at 12 o'clock, then you could just catch up online later. You submitted all your coursework through the portal. All the practical exams were like filmed like this. You would upload them to a private YouTube and to the tutor and send the link and they could see that. So I really recommend it. I mean, perfect at a time like this because you don't have to go anywhere, and the written exams, they're also at home, and you just do them on your computer and there's sort of like somebody on the other side of the screen, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was such a good course and I really enjoyed it. Just something that I'm so passionate about. I just found it really interesting from start to finish. I wasn't like, oh god, I've got to do work. It didn't really feel like work, which was good. So next question, is your hair all real? Tips for growing it, it's amazing. Thank you very much. It is real, it is actually real. One of the only real things, not the colour. This is my natural colour, it's like a mousy brown. But yeah, had really short pixie crop hair. I mean, it was about 10 years ago now, but yeah, I just started growing it in my first year of uni, so 2010, and then I used to get a cut quite regularly, thinking that's what I had to do to grow it. And then when I went to Australia about 5 years ago, obviously I couldn't really get it dyed. I wasn't getting it cut because I was travelling about, didn't really have a base, and I think I got it done like after about 6 months and got it freshened up over there. Cost a fortune. That's why I couldn't do it very often. But yeah, like I think just not really dyeing it, not really like styling it and putting heat on it. Like I would let it just sort of dry in the sun over there, and I used to put coconut oil on it. I really recommend coconut oil. I put that on once a week now before I wash it, but I used to put it on like nearly every day over there because I didn't really know anyone. And I would just like let the sun get like to the heat and stuff, get to it. So that was, I just think that really helped, just not putting too much sort of pressure on it, so to speak, so not lots of heat from the hairdryer, the curlers, the straighteners. It is good to have a little break. And then often anyway now when I'm at work, it's normally just slicked back into a bun. Actually a rare occasion that it's nice today-ish. But yeah, I don't really try to like style it too much, only really on a weekend if I'm going out, and even then I don't really go out anymore, so especially not at the minute. So yeah, just try not to put too much heat on it is definitely what I would recommend. And coconut oil. Coconut oil for your skin as well, actually. Coconut oil solves all life's problems. So the next question is, what are your fitness goals for the next 6 months? So just started last week doing a bulk. So I'm wanting to build some muscle, and normally around this time of year I'd be cutting, sort of leaning down, ready for a nice holiday. But never mind. So yeah, I've decided to do a bulk and just see what muscle I can build, since I'm not really going anywhere. I don't really have any plans, but I'm going to do it really slowly and try to not gain as much excess fat as I possibly can. Like, it's going to happen, which is fine. The last time I just sort of was eating everything in sight. I was using it as a bit of an excuse. So yeah, fingers crossed and see what happens. That's my main goal, obviously, to get strong, really. So next question is, what's your favourite place that you've travelled? I don't know, to be honest, but it's been so many good places, but probably Las Vegas. Me and my boyfriend went there on holiday nearly 2 years ago now. It was literally the best holiday of my entire life. Like, we're going to go for a week, and the travel agent was like, oh, you can pay like £100 and go for 11 nights, and we're all like, sold. And leading up to it, we're thinking, oh god, probably overdone it a bit there. Like 11 nights in Vegas, like god, we're gonna struggle to do stuff. And honestly, I could have stayed another fortnight. There was so much to do. Did the Grand Canyon, just like seen loads of shows. We drove to LA one day, that was a bit of a nightmare. Went up to the Hollywood sign, and we just did loads of stuff, like the shows and stuff. We see J-Lo, Calvin Harris, like we did the zip line, downtown Vegas. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because it was so good. And we did like the rides at the top of the stratosphere, which I was just drunk because I thought the only way I'm going to get on these rides is to be drunk. So yeah, it was class. I definitely want to go back one day, but there's lots of places on the list first that I want to do first. Next one is, if you could live anywhere in the UK, where would it be and why? Probably Australia, I'll be honest. I absolutely loved it, and I could easily live there. Obviously I was there nearly 2 years. It's just so far from my family and friends. Like, I just would miss them, and I always say if I could just plonk my life here in Australia, I'd be sold. But I do really love Newcastle. I'm a very proud Geordie. Next question, what is your typical diet like? I don't think I eat that well, but everyone thinks I really do, and I do try to just sort of get a good balance of everything. I still eat pizzas and takeaways and things like that. So another question I did say was, do you have a cheat meal? I try not to say cheat meal because I don't like to label foods as good and bad, because I do think there's a place for all kinds of food in your diet. Again, I'll do a more sort of in-depth video on like nutrition and things like that. But I eat pretty well. I eat about 5 to 6 meals a day. I'm always eating, always eating, and that's what keeps us happy. How often do you change your training plans? I change them every month, so I work on a month by month sort of basis, if you like. So I'll do the same sort of 5 weight sessions for a month and progressively overload on those to get stronger, and then I'll switch it up a bit, but I do still tend to focus on the same sort of big main lifts, so like the sort of core lifts is what I would call them, and things and exercises that work for my body. Like I still kind of do the same exercises, I'll just do different variations, different techniques, and things like that. So next one is, are you taking on new clients and how should we get in touch? Yes, I'm always sort of open to take on new clients. People message in a variety of different ways, either on my Facebook page, which is just EG Lifestyle Health and Fitness, or my Instagram, which is Emma_FitLifestyle. I'll link both of those below in case you want to get in touch just about anything. But yeah, I'm always sort of open to see. It just chops and changes quite a lot. You just kind of got to go with the flow with this job, I find. But I absolutely love it. Someone also asked as well about prices and things like that. If you drop me a message, I can give you all the information that you want to know. But I do PT, I do mornings, evenings and Saturday mornings, so all around my 9 to 5 office job, which is just a bit crazy at times, and squeeze my training in there somewhere. But yeah, I like being busy. How did you know you had BII, and how are you feeling after your explant? So for those that don't know, don't follow me on Instagram, I believe to have had something called BII, which is breast implant illness. Again, I want to do a more in-depth video on this and talk through my experience with it. But it's basically just an illness that is from breast implants, top to bottom. So in January this year I explanted, so I had my implants and the capsule all around it removed. I only had them in for about a year and a half, if that. Yeah, about a year and a half. So yeah, I became very, very poorly, and I couldn't work out why. I was trying to be super, super clean with my diet and very strict. I thought being a vegan would help. I tried all these different things and just nothing was making it any better. I'd been back and forth to the hospital, to the doctors, blood tests, ECG, all sorts of tests, because they were like, I don't know what's wrong with you, I don't understand. I had like a headache every day for months and months and months. I just didn't know what was wrong. Like nothing was coming back as abnormal, and the only last thing to do was to get my implants removed. I came across BII not long after I'd had them done, actually. I'd never really heard of it in all my research leading up to it. And I sort of seen it about a month after, and I just thought, nah, I'm not. It was like an Instagram post, and I just thought, I'm not reading that, I'm going to get myself all like worried, like I'm a worrier anyway. So it was always sort of in the back of my mind, but I was fine when I initially had them done. I think in hindsight now, I could pick things from there's so many symptoms, but I could pick things from the list of symptoms and think, oh yeah, that was actually happening to me long before I sort of realised. But I know when I was really poorly, it was in the back of my mind, and I was kind of just putting off facing the fact that it might have been that. And then after millions of tests, and one day I was just so fed up because I had such a bad head and felt so ill. I started really researching it properly. It was actually Lululemon were doing a boob tapes or boob diaries, and loads of different people and influencers were talking about their boob experience. And someone called Laura Hesp, who I follow on Instagram, she had explanted, and she was talking about her BII journey, and I just knew deep down in my heart and soul that I had to stop it, sort of ignoring it. So yeah, I went to go and see a specialist. I'd like to go and talk about it, and he was really nice. I was so concerned that he was going to be like, this is a made thing, because there's no test to determine it, or anything like that. But yeah, he said he treated people for it before, he'd removed their implants and they got better, and he also said that he had removed some people's implants and nothing changed. So yeah, I mean, I got them removed, I felt much better. I wouldn't say I felt 100%, but then as the days have gone on, I've got better and better and better, and like from my research, from what I've read, it can take up to a year to fully detox out of your body, because the whole idea behind it is that the silicone releases heavy metals into your bloods, and you need a heavy metal detox, so it can take a long time to do that. So yeah, I'm going to do a more in-depth video on that, to talk a bit more about it, but I hope that's sort of it in a nutshell. But I feel much better. And another question was what my thoughts are now on cosmetic surgery in general. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. Like, I just think, I mean, I got breast implants, like I've had a little bit of filler in my jawline before as well. But yeah, I just think we do it for a reason, and it is a very big thing. But I'm not against it, and I'm not against anyone doing it. I would always sort of tell people, like, you don't need it, you're beautiful. Like, it's so funny if you could see yourself through someone else's eyes, because some people get boob jobs and I think, oh, why have you done that? Like, you looked good anyway. And people said to me, what are you getting a boob job for? You don't need a boob job. But I wanted one, so it is just a personal choice. Like, and I don't think you'll necessarily get ill if you have implants. Like, I know plenty of people with implants who are okay. So yeah, I just think you've got to do what suits you. So next question is, what's your job outside of fitness and how long have you been doing it? So I am procurement officer, is my official title for a pharmaceutical company. I work about 10 minutes up the road from where I'm currently living with my parents and my family at the minute, and just waiting for my house to go through with my boyfriend, our first house, which is very exciting. So, which again is not far from here, so I work pretty close to home. I'm currently PT, well at the minute I'm PTing people from outside, but I did used to do it from my garage. International business management was Spanish at uni, so I just kind of wanted to go into something businessy, and my dissertation was about sort of the procurement side of things and buying, so that's how I sort of led to this job. So I was finished uni, went to Australia, and then came back, and this was my sort of first big girl job. And I really like the people that I work with, to be honest. I feel like the people I work with make the job. Like, I was there for about a year and I left briefly to try recruitment. Never again, just not for me. And that's when I ended up doing the personal training course, and I went back to a job that I'm in now, so I've been there 3 years, not off. But yeah, I like the people that I work with, they're my mates, and a lot of them are so supportive of my personal training business, and you know, they've had sessions and things like that, and they're just the best, and I love them if you're watching. Next question is favourite activewear brand. I mean, if you follow us on Instagram, I'm always in Primark. I absolutely love Primark's stuff just because it's so cheap, and if it does get knackered, then it's fine because it was cheap, but it does seem to last, to be fair, and the fit's really nice. I really do like it, and I've just recently actually tried some My Protein leggings. I like them so much that I ordered another pair, another colour, but they just fit so lovely. Like, they were really fitted around the waistband, but then didn't squish my bum and my legs in too much, which I really like. And Gymshark also very good for that. I have quite a few pair of Gymshark leggings. And also Glutey Wear, have my amazing yellow ones. I absolutely love the colour of them, and they fit really nice, and they've got that nice scrunch bum, so they're one of my favourites too. What inspired your tattoo? So I have 3 tattoos. I have the mandala one under my boob here. Nothing inspired that one, I just really love it. I just really liked it, and everyone was getting the ones down the middle of their boobs at the time, and got it before I had my boobs done years and years ago. So yeah, it's got a bit damaged where it's been cut open twice now to put the implant in and take the implant out. So I eventually want to get that sorted and get it looking a bit better when I can, when the scar's fully healed. I also have a tattoo down my spine which is Arabic writing, which is home for my grandma after she passed. I decided I wanted to, this was my first tattoo down my spine. I just decided I wanted something in memory of her for my first tattoo. I just like the style of Arabic writing. I really hope it says what it's supposed to say. A couple of people when I've been away have read what it is supposed to read. But yeah, just not worry about it too much, I can't say it, so it's fine. And that other tattoo is behind my ear, and it's a no sound sign, because I'm deaf in that ear. So, I mean, you can't really see it with my hair tied up, but... And last question is favourite protein powder. So my favourite protein powder that I use all the time, and I try not to steer away from it too much because I've had some horrors in the past, is Effective Nutrition. And I normally use a lemon cheesecake flavour, which is unreal, and I've tried the banana from somebody else as well, which was so nice. But just last week I got the raspberry and white chocolate, and it's unreal. And I was so worried because I've literally got no lemon cheesecake left that I thought, oh god, like if this is disgusting, I'm stuck. But it's so nice, probably maybe even nicer than the lemon cheesecake. But they're really nice, and they're gluten free as well, and they're not too harsh on my stomach. I don't often have a shake. I have been recently just because I'm trying to get my calories up and my protein slightly higher. But I normally just have it in my oats just for flavour, to be honest. So it's really nice, and a bowl of oats with some honey and some chocolate and some berries. That's my perfect thing, one of my favourite meals. So yeah. Also, I have one last question because I totally missed this. Sorry, I'm so rubbish at this. I promise this will get better. Your proudest achievements. This is quite a nice one to finish on. So many things I'm actually proud of if I have to think about it. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I am, like, I've graduated uni and done a lot of travelling on my own, which was so daunting and scary. I do think it would be travelling around Australia by myself. I was so nervous. I literally didn't know anyone. I was travelling the East Coast and I just sort of started speaking to people and try and make friends, and I mean everyone was lovely, and I've actually made some friends that I'm still friends with now from over there. Like, everyone was just amazing, and yeah, I was just so proud of myself for doing that. I don't think that I'll ever, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think I'll ever forget that experience. And I moved to Spain as part of my uni degree to go to uni then. The same there as well. That was back in 2012, so I did this before Australia. But yeah, like going over there, like I'd never lived away from home before. Like I went by myself at this little town called Cadiz, and right in the south of Spain, and I was just so scared. I was so scared the first night. I just cried myself to sleep in this little hostel. I've never stayed in a hostel before. Like, oh, it was a bit traumatic at the time, but to overcome that was amazing. And the same with Australia, like just to overcome everything was class. And I also would say jumping out of a plane was pretty amazing. Again, I don't know how I had the ball to do that, but I did, and I did it, and I'd do it again now, but I'm really proud of that. So yeah, so thank you very much if you're still listening, still watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I really appreciate a like and a subscribe. I'll pop any links that I've mentioned sort of below, and if there's anything that I've missed, like any links that I could help with, or any questions, or anything you'd like to see in future, please pop them in the comments, and I shall see you all soon. Have a lush day.